Jailene here, doing the Casual Ambassador Incantation, Module 9. I have a list of questions here that I'm going to ask and answer. So let's get started. I don't see the phenomenon, so it doesn't exist. Yes, it does, and you'll see it, as will anyone who applies themselves correctly. Many people aren't aware of how a phenomenon is actually proven to exist. They mistakenly believe that a phenomenon is only validated if a human can observe it unaided. And actually, the way that a phenomenon is validated scientifically includes the principles of tacit knowledge and relevant resources. What is tacit knowledge? Tacit knowledge refers to things that are difficult to observe or define, and this challenge in learning can cause some people to wrongly challenge the existence of things that actually do exist. In the Bessemer-Steele legal precedent and others that followed it, it was determined that, rightly so, that a tacit knowledge is valid as long as it can be reliably repeated to achieve a desired result, and this ability can be transferred to others, even if it's only a select, highly trained, group of individuals. Learning to Mojo read definitely incorporates a lot of tacit learning, but it easily passes the validation bar by feats that are reliably repeated by one person and are able to be transferred to other trained practitioners. What are relevant resources? You need microscopes to see at the cellular level and smaller, and you need telescopes to see past the solar system. Without adequate equipment, you can't make adequate observations. In Mojo reading, you are the lens that's doing the observing, that's making the observation, so you'll have to have developed enough power of magnification and clarity in your instrument, in your lens instrument, to see the phenomenon. We also use several methods, such as collaging, in order to isolate and augment the signals to be observed so it can be noted more easily. I don't have a Mojo design. I am unique. Everyone is unique while still having a Mojo design. There are 32 gender Mojos and roughly 7 billion people on this planet, so 32 or 7 billion divided by 32 still leaves for a vast amount of variation within a Mojo design, and we call these themes within the variations riffs. So having a Mojo with its implied human math principles does not preclude one from being unique. It sounds new agey. Podler is both rigorously scientific and profoundly spiritual, because natural law is that way as well. And without this integration, there would be seeming paradoxes in natural law that don't actually exist. And so if these incorrect imagined paradoxes are not addressed, then it will consistently prevent higher understanding in any field of inquiry. It doesn't sound scientific. Being scientific is not based on how it sounds, it's based on whether or not you're using the principles of the scientific method, which include observation, theorizing, also prediction and experimentation. The observation is looking at nature and using it as an inspiration for questions to ask. The theorizing is coming up with potential explanations for any seeming paradoxes that that you perceive while you're observing. The prediction is assertion that certain things will occur if the theory explanation is correct. And then experimentation, of course, there are tests to prove whether or not the predictions based on the theorizing you made are true and repeatable by anyone who follows that same procedure. Pew! We're done.